although some also think about his past legal challenges. But could he now also be the person who uncovered a massive real estate tax evasion scheme? That is the question posed in a new LA Magazine article. The story is called From Ring to Real Estate. Floyd Mayweather exposes a possible mega mansion tax scam. It's written by investigative reporter Michelle McPhee, who joins us now in studio with more. Michelle, congratulations. It's a great article. So for people that haven't read it, the real condensed version of it, what happened here?
Well, so Floyd Mayweather wants his dream house, and he was looking at a $139 million property in the hills of Bel Air.
Yeah, this is it there that we see it from Redfin.
It's a stunning, stunning home, obviously, and it was designed with a buyer like Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather, in mind. But when they got the contract, I think there were some red flags that alarmed his lawyers. One of them being that this wasn't a house in Bel Air that he was buying at all. It was a company in Nevada, which just happens to have no income tax. And as the lawyers for Floyd Mayweather dug more into this emergency room doctor who was selling the house, it appeared that he had a bunch of, let's call them discrepancies that bordered on illegality.
Right. And well, his name is Dr. Joseph Engelenoff, and you investigated him, and it was some kind of shady stuff you found, right?
Well, I mean, I did ask him if he had ever voted in Nevada. He said no. I said, did you ever register any vehicles in Nevada? His timeline didn't match up with the reporting that we had. So it did raise some questions. I think, you know, the biggest issue was the story that Floyd Mayweather tells about the dinner that Dr. Engelenoff and his wife, who's also a doctor, a medical doctor, invited Floyd Mayweather over to their home in Beverlywood and served fried chicken and watermelon, which seems so extraordinary. And so
they were having sushi, right? And then that's what Floyd Mayweather says, and that he brings this out for them, although he denied that and said that he's not a racist, and that's being misinterpreted and all the rest of it. So is this a bigger issue beyond just this doctor, and how much money is this potentially costing all of us in terms of taxpayers?
Well, it's really interesting because this particular sale with Floyd Mayweather occurred before the mansion tax was put into place. But now, if you start looking into this LLC, somebody who sets up a company as opposed to selling a property, it seems to be rampant. There are companies dedicated to this now. So if you set up a company that's in another state, you don't have to pay this extra exorbitant tax that is supposed to be helping the neediest people in Los Angeles. Karen Bass, you know, is very dedicated to making sure that the homeless situation is cleaned up. This is one of the ways that they're doing it, and it looks like there could be possibly lots of different ways to scam the system.
And Floyd Mayweather is a provocative and controversial figure, but I think this article may make people think about him differently. And it was really interesting what he talked about taxes and how he grew up poor and why he thinks taxes are so important.
Well, that really was very moving. And, you know, I sat with him face to face because I really wanted to hear his story. And he was, you know, disarmingly charming and sincere. And when he talked about how he never wants to steal from the neediest people because of the way he grew up. His mother was addicted to crack cocaine. His dad was in and out of prison. He and his siblings survived on public assistance. So the idea that there were people that were dodging the system and trying to steal from those needy people, I think, is what pushed his buttons and what, you know, initiated him to speak to reporters.
Yeah, and now he's working with Rocky Delgadillo, his attorney, who's a former city attorney for LA, who said this does not look right.
Well, I think that gives it so much credibility.
Yeah.